Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that the temperature outside is 50 degrees Celsius. You have no air conditioner, no ceiling fan, and no cooling system of any kind. Now you have to go outside in the sun to find food, or you'll die from starvation. That was the life of ancient humans, but they were smarter than us modern humans actually realize. Anthropologists found out that they had rooms cooler than our air conditioners, a self made refrigerator for cold water, clothes that literally kept them cold in deadly heat waves, and so much more. For thousands of years, ancient humans survived some of the hottest summers our species has ever faced. Long before modern technology existed, people managed to live in deserts, dry grasslands, and scorching environments where one mistake could mean death. So, how did they do it? The first thing to understand is that ancient humans didn't fight the heat the way modern people do. Modern humans try to overpower nature. Ancient humans learned to work with it, and that single difference may have saved millions of lives. Imagine standing under the midday desert sun. The temperature is brutal, sweat pours down your face. Most people today would keep walking until exhaustion sets in. Ancient humans knew better. Many hunter gatherers planned their entire day around the movement of the sun. Early mornings were for traveling, hunting, gathering food. Late evenings were for activity as well. But midday? Midday was survival time. When temperatures became dangerous, people often rested in shade instead of forcing themselves to keep working. That might sound simple, but heat is one of the deadliest forces on Earth. Even today, extreme heat kills thousands of people every year. Ancient humans learned this lesson through experience, but avoiding the sun was only the beginning. The real challenge was staying cool, and this is where ancient humans became surprisingly clever. Imagine walking through a scorching desert village where it's 45 degrees outside. Then you step underground. Suddenly, the air feels cooler, the temperature drops. Thousands of years before electricity, humans discovered one of nature's greatest cooling systems, the Earth itself. In many hot regions, people built partially underground shelters, storage rooms, and living spaces. Underground temperatures stay far more stable than temperatures above ground. They found specific kind of soils and dirt that stayed cold in the summer and built underground tunnels beneath it. While the surface baked under the sun, the soil beneath remained relatively cool. Some settlements even developed underground rooms connected by narrow passages that helped trap cooler air. In a way, ancient humans invented natural air conditioning thousands of years before modern air conditioners existed. And the crazy part? Many modern architects still use the exact same principle today. But underground shelters weren't the only trick. Ancient humans also discovered something that sounds almost too simple to work: water. Not just for drinking, for cooling. Many ancient cultures used wet cloth, plant fibers, animal hides, or damp coverings around the head and neck to stay cooler during extreme heat. A breeze passes by, the moisture evaporates, your body temperature drops. But perhaps the strangest heat survival trick involved clothing. If you were trapped in a desert, you might assume taking off your clothes would help you cool down. That seems logical. It's also often wrong. Many desert peoples wore long, loose garments made from leaves and cotton that covered most of their bodies. Why? Because direct sunlight can heat exposed skin faster than loose clothing. The fabric blocked sunlight before it reached the body. It created shade. It's one of those survival tricks that sounds backwards until you understand the science behind it. Then there was shelter. And ancient shelters were much smarter than most people imagine. People used caves, rock overhangs, trees, brush shelters, animal hide structures, anything that created shade. And there was a lot of shade from trees because nobody cut down trees at that time, unlike today. Shade is far more valuable than most people realize. If we stop cutting trees today, 67% heat from the world will disappear. Also, there was no heat from traffic, cars, and factories at that time, so we can imagine how calmer the atmosphere would be. And sometimes they went even further. Some ancient communities built homes designed to capture wind. Openings at the tops of structures would catch breezes and funnel them downward into living areas. As air moved through narrow spaces, temperatures inside became noticeably cooler than outside. They observed the directions of the wind and made things work in their favor. So you can say that had natural ceiling fans that blew air throughout the day. But eventually, every cooling strategy runs into the same problem: water. Without water, nothing is possible, and ancient humans were masters at finding it. Most people imagine prehistoric humans wandering randomly across landscapes, searching for rivers. That's not what happened. Many hunter-gatherer groups possessed astonishing knowledge about hidden water sources. They memorized seasonal streams, underground springs, migration routes, landscape features, and even certain plants that revealed water was nearby. Some desert groups could reportedly locate water in places that looked completely lifeless to outsiders. And here's something surprising. Ancient humans often knew their local environments far better than modern people know theirs. Most people today couldn't identify 10 edible plants growing nearby. Ancient foragers knew hundreds. Every plant meant something. Every animal track meant something. Every cloud meant something. The landscape wasn't scenery, it was information. And food itself helped solve the water problem. Many wild foods contain significant amounts of moisture. Roots, tubers, wild fruits, melons, certain desert plants. A successful forager wasn't just finding calories, they were finding hydration. And then there was one of the most fascinating inventions of all, the ancient refrigerator. Imagine drinking cool water in the middle of a desert without electricity. Sounds impossible, but ancient people discovered a remarkable trick. They placed one clay pot inside another. Then they filled the space between them with wet sand. As the water slowly evaporated from the sand, it removed heat from the inner container. The water inside became noticeably cooler than the surrounding air. Thousands of years before refrigerators existed, humans had already discovered evaporative cooling, and versions of this technology are still used today. But perhaps the greatest survival tool wasn't a shelter or clothing or water, it was other people. Imagine getting lost in a desert by yourself. Your chances aren't great. Now imagine traveling with 30 experienced people, people who know where water is, which plants are safe, which routes are dangerous, where shade can be found, how to survive extreme heat. Suddenly, your chances improve dramatically. Humans survived because knowledge was shared. Grandparents taught children, parents taught families, experienced hunters taught younger generations. Thousands of years of survival knowledge were passed down without books, phones, or schools. The human brain became humanity's greatest survival technology, and that knowledge was constantly being tested. There were hotter years, long droughts, failed food seasons, unexpected disasters, yet humans adapted again and again. In fact, some researchers believe harsh climate challenges may have helped shape human intelligence itself. Every heat wave forced people to solve new problems, find new routes, discover new resources, and over thousands of generations, humanity became one of the most adaptable species on Earth. But here's the craziest part. Ancient humans weren't surviving temperatures that merely felt uncomfortable. Sometimes they were surviving conditions that could kill an unprepared person in a single day. Which brings us to an uncomfortable question. Would modern humans do as well? Most of us know how to use smartphones. Few of us know how to find water in the wilderness. Most of us can order food with a few taps. Few of us can identify edible plants growing nearby. Ancient humans lacked technology, but they possessed something incredibly valuable, environmental knowledge. And the next time you walk into an air-conditioned room on a scorching summer day, remember that your ancestors survived entire lifetimes without one. Subscribe for more videos like these because knowledge is power.